Yeah, I mean tonight, you kind of got to tip your hat to Binghamton. They came in and they played great. Our guys started off well. Not exactly sure yet what happened. I gotta go back and watch the film. But I thought we got off to a good start. But again, you gotta kind of give Binghamton a lot of credit. Those guys fought hard for 40 minutes, played really hard, competed, and tried to take advantage of some of their bigger size against us, posting some of our guards up. We just kind of couldn't get into a rhythm, once they kind of made some adjustments. So you gotta, sometimes you gotta take a step back and kind of give those guys credit. We got to sit back and kind of watch the film and kind of analyze it and see where we could have been a little bit better. Made some more adjustments to counter the adjustment that they made to kind of, stop us from scoring a little bit in that first half. So it's not the end all be all. We've been here before. One thing I know about those guys in the locker room, players and staff, we're going to continue to come to work every day and continue to try and get better. Because we know, any team in this league can get hot at the right time and kind of make a run at this thing. So that's kind of the mindset that we're going to continue to have, continue to try to stay positive with our guys and push them to the brink and as far as they can possibly go. So we don't have a lot of time to kind of put our heads down and sulk about the loss. You got to learn from it, and that's what we're doing here. We're trying to teach these guys to become young men and to overcome adversity. And right now we're hitting some adversity, and it's all about how you approach it and how you try to turn around and get it back in your favor. We got 2 or 3 weeks left to do that. 4 or 5 games left on the schedule. A lot of good teams. So we're going to find out about ourselves, how good we really are and how good we can really be closing out the end of the regular season and heading to the playoffs.
The trio of Ted Cash, McGriff, Falco, why were they as difficult as they were to defend and stop them from scoring?
Oh, this is the first game that they've done this. If you check the box scores, they're all league players. Maybe not Ted Cash because he hasn't played as much, but when you're talking about McGriff and you're talking about Falco, it's not like tonight was the first night they came out and got 17, 18, 19, 20 points. I mean, they've been good throughout this season. McGriff he's fast, he's quick, he's athletic, he's super confident. And tonight he saw a couple shots go down for him, and any good player when they see the ball go in the basket, they feel a little bit better about themselves. So, and you're talking about a kid like Falco, he's athletic, he's strong, he's a bigger guard in this league. Again, a lot of confidence. And so those 2 kids are great players. And you had a kid like Pet Cash who doesn't have to do the things that those guys do. They do a lot of the creating for him, and he can catch and shoot threes, which he does really, really well. And then attack closeouts because you got to close out to him pretty tight because he can shoot the ball so well, and then he's able to put the ball down and go by you a little bit. So it's not like those 3 guys wasn't out on our scouting reports. Not like those guys caught us by surprise. Again, you got to give Binghamton some credit. Those guys, whatever their game plan was, they stuck to it, and their better players play a little bit better than our better players, and that's some nights that's just kind of how the ball rolls.
On the good side, John Hall gave you a double-double off the bench.
Yep, I agree. John's been playing well the last, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks or so, 3 or 4 weeks, last month or so, and that's awesome. His last go around to have him kind of go out like this, and he's kind of helping the team, and it's a lot of pressure on Max. Max he's still a young kid. He's technically a freshman still. So to have a guy like John Hall who's been around, who's been in college for a long time, to kind of step up and kind of have Max's back a little bit through this rough patch that kind of Max is maybe going through a little bit is awesome. We're going to need John down the stretch a lot. To have guys coming off the bench that can contribute, can get points, can rebound, and just his maturity out there on the floor is going to really help us moving forward. So, and that's what you kind of got to try to do in these situations. You got to try to find some of the positives and make sure that those guys are continuing to grow, right, and hopefully get your gunners to step up a little bit and kind of make that push to close out the season.
Yeah, all set?
All set. Thanks, Biko.
Thank you, guys.